NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Packers and the Bills coming up next.
And we are underway in Buffalo. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Eluding the pressure right. 1st down and more for Allen. And all the way down to the 33-yard line.
Oh, yeah, good job, fellas, good job.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field. I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen rolling to his right. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. And now they'll throw with Allen sliding out of the pocket. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him. I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
The kick by Bass is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now Allen. Flush to his right. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone. And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And again, this Buffalo defense there and run support to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Trying for Sanders, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like what they did there because many of the side, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. That's one of those, Charles, when it works, it looks Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Flushed out right. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 38 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they're going to get the 1st out here as he's up to the 14.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the 1st. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. In just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this 1st half of football so far. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. It's been a good 1st half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now the Bills are going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another try after the 1st down sack. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Allen going to throw. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Knox. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you...
Oh, it floated on him, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
You can try and underthrow it and go back shoulder, but your timing has to be impeccable. And here, I think it was much more of a duck than a designed back shoulder throw.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. He's got it complete to Diggs right side. And they can't bring him down. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there just before halftime.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So that one will be accepted. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Allen now on the sneak, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen as the first half is winding down. And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll see. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And that, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead, it's 2nd down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Flush to his right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
On play action, Allen. He'll buy some time right. Going deep for Diggs. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, they wound up losing yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Gregory Rousseau gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Trying to shake off the interception. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Zadarius Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
After the sack on 1st down, Allen, he's going to go deep for Beasley.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30.
They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll go again to Jones. Jones breaking from the contact, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 46 yards on the ground for him so far. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now Jones. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They get the guard there, Lucas Patrick. Rodgers now to throw. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Rodgers going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 23. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb there to make the grab. And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Allen taking it himself, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Flushed out right. First down and more for Allen. Allen, nifty footwork, and he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A big play there on the keeper.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
One final try now for Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.